What's up, y'all? So this is your boy, the non-lawyer. Haven't been making any videos whatsoever. I actually got a couple of complaints on my channel. I think somebody came to my channel and they were like, "Why haven't you reported any updates on the Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj saga?" And I'm like, "Sweetie, look, I haven't been making any videos whatsoever. I got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. There's a lot of videos that I really wanted to make, and there's some that I want to make that I may not even get a chance to. But I just thought I'd hop online. I haven't made anything in a while, and I just wanted to kind of give my 2 cents in this whole Tasha K, Cardi B saga. A lot of people have been following this case, and a lot of people have been covering this case, and it's all over YouTube. And I just wanted to hop on and give my 2 cents. And honestly, to be completely honest with you, I think a judgment against Tasha K absolutely will not matter. That's right. A judgment in the Tasha K Cardi B case, in my personal opinion, absolutely, positively will not matter. And I'm just going to say up front, I've been known to be wrong about a lot of things. I've made a couple of videos about R. Kelly, and I thought he was going to walk from the New York case, and they ended up locking him up, right? So I was wrong on that. I think I'm right on the fact that I think he's going to walk free on appeal for that particular case, but he still has the Chicago case, which is coming up. But I just want to throw out there that I've been wrong on a lot of things. So I could be wrong on this too, but it's just my own personal opinion that a judgment against Tasha K and for Cardi B won't matter. And I want to know if you guys agree with me. I want to know if you agree with me. Do you think a judgment against Tasha K will matter? Or do you think it won't be that big of a deal? And let me take a step back. It's not so much that it won't matter. I think it just won't be devastating. That's probably what I really mean to say. But just saying it doesn't matter is more sensational. So I'll be honest with you a little bit. I am kind of like downplaying, or I'm trying to dramatize, the whole situation here. So let me get into this. Um, I don't know how much she's going to end up suing Tasha K for. I don't know how much the jury is going to award her being Cardi B, and I don't know how much Tasha K is going to be on the hook for paying. I don't know. I have the slightest idea, and I think everyone else out there, they just like me, they don't have a really good idea as to what's going to happen. I think everybody knows that Tasha K is going to lose. That's without a doubt. And there's been some crazy reports and stuff that I'm hearing on other people's channel. I haven't even looked at any transcripts. I'm not even finna BS you. We don't BS on this channel, right? I don't give you guys fake news. I don't report false information, at least not knowingly. And I'm just gonna tell you straight up, I haven't done really any research. I haven't really looked at the transcripts. I think maybe I've looked at the actual case. I can't even remember, or the actual allegations, right? But I'm just gonna be straight up with you. I don't have any firsthand information, and I haven't researched it. I'm really just going off of what I've heard on other channels, right? So with that out of the way, here's why I think that the judgment won't be that devastating, right? It's really a mind shift here, right? You have some people, when bad things happen to them, they completely shut down and life is over for them, and they can't get past that bad thing that has happened to them, right? But when you look at this situation, you have other people, right? Let me take a step back. You have other people who can have those very same bad things happen to them, and then they twist it, right? They twist it and they use it to their advantage, right? I think they call this transmutation, right? They take something bad and they turn it into a good, a positive, right? And I think that very same opportunity is right before Tasha K, right? Because at the end of the day, Tasha K is entertaining and she's loved by a lot of people on the internet. A lot of people love coming to her channel, and a lot of people love sitting on her channels for hours and hours at a time to get, to be entertained. That's just the gist of it. People come to her channel to be entertained, and she's a pretty good entertainer. So with that in mind, she's always going to make money, right? She's always going to make money. Now, nobody knows how much money she's actually made thus far. If you know, comments below. Do you know how much money Tasha K has made? Do you have a good guesstimate of how much money Tasha K has made on YouTube? Right? If you do, put it in the comments below. Um, I don't know. I can only speculate. But I know that you have people becoming millionaires by simply getting on YouTube and playing with dolls. You have people becoming millionaires by getting on YouTube and trying out products and doing unboxing videos. So it wouldn't be hard for me to believe that Tasha K has become a millionaire with the content that she delivers, right? So if I had to guess, right, you have people out here making crazy amounts of money every month just by, posting videos, and they're really popular. If I had to guess, I would say that Tasha K is, and this is just a guess. You guys just tell me if I'm crazy. If I had to guess, I would say Tasha K has probably over I'd say $7 to $8 million on YouTube, right? Because she's been around for a while. She's one of probably the most female popular bloggers out there. I don't know of any bloggers that are more popular than Tasha K. If you guys know of a more popular blogger than Tasha K, comments below. So yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be hard for me to believe that she's made, anywhere from $7 to $10 million on YouTube. That's just my guess, right? I have no facts to basically back that up. But anyway, the point is this: she's loved, she's entertaining, and yeah, she'll get this judgment against her. But at the end of the day, people are not going to stop coming to her channel, right? The only catch to all of this, right? The only catch to all of this is if the judgment says that she has to shut down her channel. Now that probably would be devastating, but not really. She could probably go off and start another platform. She already has another platform, right? So it'd be hard for me to see how they would say, yeah, you have to shut your entire channel down, because at the end of the day, Tasha K has freedom of speech and she has a right to make a living. Now, people are saying, well, yeah, but look at how she's using those rights, and because the way she's used her platform, that shows that her platform needs to be shut down permanently, right? Uh, Not really. I don't really agree with that. I think that she has obviously made some mistakes with defamation of character, and she's made mistakes by actually presenting fake news. But I think that she can easily clean that up. Tasha K at this point really doesn't need fake news in order to have a successful channel. So it's been alleged, right? I wasn't there. I don't know. I didn't read the transcript, but it's been alleged that Tasha K has admitted to actually giving real news and fake news, right? Mixing the two, right? That's the allegation out there, right? I don't know if it's true, right? Wasn't in the courtroom. I don't know if she said that or not, but that's what I'm hearing. So here's the thing. Like I said, Tasha K is entertaining enough that she doesn't need fake news, right? All she needs is a factual story or some factual information, and she's entertaining enough to put her own spin on it and to talk trash like she typically does, and that alone is going to keep people coming to the channel, because I think that the gist of it is, if the information is true and it's already out there, then there's nothing wrong with people making fun of it, right? So, well, it's not illegal or unlawful for people. There's something morally wrong, right? You're basically taking advantage of someone misfortune. So, definitely something wrong with that, but morally, but legally, it falls under the freedom of speech. So if you've been out there and you've been tricking off, and then I catch you, and or I catch a story, right, and then I make fun of you in that story, right? The story's already out there, you've already been arrested, and then I come along and I read the story and I make fun of you. Well, guess what? There's nothing you can do in the eyes of the law to basically come after me at that point, because you were a public figure, and the information, uh, I got the information from probably CNN or something like that, or some major news outlet, or from a legitimate source, or I was in the courtroom when they indicted you, or I had got information from the indictment, I made fun of you. There's nothing that you can legally do to come after me, so long as I'm not defaming your character, right? So long as I'm not saying things that aren't true, right? I can make fun of you, right? So I think Tasha K is really good at that. I think that she's very entertaining. And from that perspective, I think she's going to continue to make money. So long as they don't hit her with some crazy, outrageous judgment, like, let's say, like $100 million or something like that, Tasha K is gonna basically bounce back from this. I think she's learned a very valuable lesson, which is you can't just hop up on the internet and just say whatever it is that you want to say, right? You have to, base everything you say off of facts or something like that, right? So, or if it's just your own opinion, then you base it off your own opinion, but you make sure that you're not, defaming anybody, right? So the question I would ask you, if Tasha K is going to be taken down by this, then why didn't the National Enquirer be taken out a long time ago, right? So I'm here on the court listeners website, and you can see all these, and I just did a quick search for National Enquirer, and you can see all these cases, right? All these cases against the National Enquirer, right? So the latest case that I was able to find was National Enquirer basically filed for bankruptcy in 2010. And bankruptcy is a really good way of dealing with the outcomes of a lot of these trials, in my own opinion, right? So let's say Tasha K does end up losing, which I think she is. I think this case is pretty much over for Tasha K. Well, the first thing she can do is she can just go and file for bankruptcy, right? And they're going to allow her to set up a situation where she'll be able to manage the payments, right? She'll be able to manage the payments, and she'll be able to pay all her bills, and she'll be able to continue her operation, and everything will just continue to run as they did before, and that way she's not on the hook for basically giving up everything she has right here and right now, right? So the bankruptcy can put her in a situation where she can manage, the entire loss, right? So, and I've even heard on someone else's channel that, I'm not even going to get into that, but anyway, so you look at the National Enquirer, you see all these lawsuits, right? Holtz v. National Enquirer, Reggie v. National Enquirer, Conduit v. National. So the National Enquirer is getting sued all the time. And just in case you guys don't know who the National Enquirer is, let me take a step back and just do a search for the National Enquirer. The National Enquirer is this newspaper that you've always seen when you get to the checkout, and you see, this little newspaper with all these crazy stories, right? And these guys have been around forever. Biden COVID conspiracy exposed. Capitol Hill conspiracy finally exposed. You see, you humiliated Megan laughed out of Hollywood. Uh, you see these stories all the time, and in my personal opinion, I don't even pick up this thing because I know that half of it is pretty much, in my own opinion, half of it is just false or is just 100% nonsense. So I don't even pick those up. But here's the thing: how is it that this paper has endured all these lawsuits and they're still around? The answer is simple. They've endured these lawsuits and they're still around because they're making money. They're making cash motherfucking money, making money hand over fist. So Tasha K is still going to be around, just like the National Enquirer is still around after all these years. Tasha K will be around to the ends of time. Now, I'm saying that with some exception. The exception is that so long as that YouTube doesn't just shut her channel down. But I think Tasha K at this point is a little bit bigger than YouTube because she can potentially just go to another platform or she can just start her own platform, right? Tasha K, to be honest with you, she could probably start her own TV network at this point, right? So Tasha K is a little bit bigger than YouTube. I don't see YouTube shutting her channel down. They're probably going to force they're going to be forced to take down the content that basically has some legal issues surrounding it, right? But I think Tasha K is smart enough to learn from this, and I think she's smart enough to stop. At least I hope, right? If so, another part of what I'm saying is based on reasonable intelligence, meaning, okay, a person is smart enough to say, okay, I got burned by doing this once. I'm not going to do this no more. I stuck my hand in the fire. It burned. That shit hurt. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to do something a little bit different and still be entertaining. And I think that Tasha has a potential because when you go and you look at her channel, you can see a lot of quality interviews on her channel. So I think she's smart enough to stop doing the fake news. I think she's smart enough to not defame someone if she doesn't have factual information. I think, and she doesn't have information from legitimate sources. I think she's smart enough at this point to stop reporting on fake news and incorrect information, right? So long as the information that she is presenting is factual and she has a right to that information, then she's going to be just fine. She's this whole Cardi B thing is going to be y'all want to be thinking about it after another year, right? She's another story will come out and she'll cover this. So she'll probably cover so many good stories and that you won't even be thinking about Cardi B, right? You know, and again, I'm not necessarily for or against Tasha K. I made a couple of videos about Tasha K, and people saying, "Well, why you talking about Tasha K? Why are you saying this?" I'm like, "Look, people, I don't have nothing against Tasha K. I have absolutely nothing against Tasha K. I'm just reporting on Tasha K because she is in the news. That's it. No other reason." So Tasha K is going to be around. Now, there are some other potential things out there that could basically end Tasha K, right? So I don't, that isn't included in this, in my analysis or not analysis, my opinion of where Tasha K is going to be after the Cardi B case. I think the only thing that Tasha K has to worry about is this whole thing where she's gotten information. Well, there's a few things she probably needs to be worried about. One thing that she needs to be worried about, in my personal opinion, right? I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a federal prosecutor. I don't know, right? But this is my opinion. Uh, I've done a couple of videos about maybe 3 or 4 about the situation where she's gotten unlawfully, in my opinion, unlawfully gotten information about the R. Kelly case. Now, that could be devastating, right? If the government decides to prosecute her for that, Yeah, that will end Tasha K. It'll be over after that because she and maybe still not, right? Because in one situation she could end up going to jail, for a very long time, and then in another scenario they could prosecute her and she could take a plea deal, go to jail for a year or two, and then after that, she's out. What I mean? She's out. But there's a strong chance that they won't even prosecute, right? There's a video that I intended to make a while ago. I just never got around to making it. But the video was going to talk about how the government, she could be immune from government prosecution, right? In that whole scenario where she allegedly got information from the prison guard and she put it on YouTube. She could be potentially immune from all that, right? So maybe I'll make that video a little bit later because I think it's worth making. But with all that said, I think actually there's one other situation where she could actually end up um, in a devastating situation, and that's if there's something out of the Cardi B trial. Because I've heard that federal prosecutors, not federal prosecutors, what did I hear? I want to get this straight. Let me just put it to you this way. I've heard that there's a small possibility that information that she gives in this trial could be used to prosecute her, right? So, and I'll just leave it at that because I don't actually have factual information. It's just stuff that I've heard on other channels. For example, what did I hear? I heard that there were tax people listening in on the trial, things of that nature. And if there's anything that comes out of this trial that would basically put Tasha K in a situation where she would be prosecuted by the government, then that could be a devastating situation. But the judgment for Cardi B and against Tasha K, which everyone basically is expecting to happen at this point, Tasha K can easily recover from that. That's just my own personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think a judgment against Tasha K for Cardi B is going to be devastating? Do you think Tasha K can recover from it? That's it for this video. Please like, share, and subscribe.